Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back, everyone. I've got a huge episode for you because it's going to be a huge week in the market. And I'm going to kick it off with excerpts from an article by Josh Schafer from Yahoo Finance's Morning Brief. Inflation data and the Fed Reserve's latest monetary policy decision will highlight the week ahead for investors celebrating the dawn of a new bull market in stocks. Tuesday morning will bring investors the CPI for May, a release that will come just hours before the start of the Fed's two-day FOMC meeting, which culminates with Wednesday afternoon's policy announcement. Investors currently expect the FOMC will announce a pause in the Fed's rate hiking cycle after having raised interest rates at the conclusion of each of its previous 10 meetings. Tuesday's inflation reading could still shift this outlook. Other key economic data this week will include retail sales for May and the first reading of consumer sentiment in June from the University of Michigan. The corporate earnings schedule will be sparsely populated. The S&P 500 officially entered bull market territory on Thursday after the longest bear run since 1948. Stocks celebrated with modest gains on Friday as the Nasdaq extended its winning streak to 7 weeks. Research from Bank of America indicates the S&P 500 rises 92% of the time in the 12 months following the start of a bull market compared to the historical 75% average over any 12-month period dating back to the 1950s. And let's get a second opinion on next week's action from Wall Street Breakfast. A huge week is setting up on the macroeconomic front, with the Fed Reserve and the European Central Bank both scheduled to decide on interest rates and update on monetary policy amid persistent inflation. The consensus view is that the ECB will lift interest rates by a quarter point and the Fed Reserve will stand pat. The big meetings arrive with market optimism ramping up in the early part of June. The recent rally has seen 10 of the 11 S&P 500 sectors push higher. However, a surprise from the central bank or the nail-biting inducing CPI and PPI reports could cool off bullish sentiment once again. Now, guys, since we know CPI can spoil the party, let's dig a little deeper to see what the street thinks is going to happen. The Consumer Price Index report will be closely watched with the shadow of inflation hanging over the market. Economists forecast a 0.4% increase in core CPI for May to match the level from April. Core CPI is seen being 5.3% in May, in a slight moderation from the 5.5% pace in April. Headline CPI, which includes food and energy prices, is seen being up 4.1% in May. Bank of America expects a soft 0.1% month-over-month increase for food prices, reflecting an increase in food away from home that should be partially offset by another decline in food at home. The firm anticipates May will mark the third consecutive decrease in food at home prices as costs associated with groceries such as commodity prices, transportation, and storage continue to ease. However, food away from home prices are tipped to continue to increase given higher labor costs and still strong demand. So let's take a look at the chart titled Inflation Continues Cooling Down in the U.S. U.S. Consumer Price Index, year-over-year change since 1970. Well, guys, you can see on the right, we've had a prominent top. I'm thinking sideways or down from here slightly. Now, if any of you don't keep a trading calendar, an easy hack for you is go over to MarketWatch and go to the page Economic Reports and Fed Speakers. There you'll have the times, Eastern Time, and dates of everything that's going to happen in the coming week. For example, Tuesday, a huge day. At 8:30 a.m., we're going to get CPI. And then on Wednesday, June 14th, 8:30 a.m., Producer Price Index, PPI. And then we're going to get the Fed decision at 2 p.m. on our interest rate policy going forward. Now, things to watch for on Thursday, June 15th, 8:30, initial jobless claims. Also, U.S. retail sales. Then at 10, business inventories. On Friday, at 10 a.m., you're going to get consumer sentiment. So what are people talking about on Reddit over the past 12 hours? Number one, Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then GameStop. XRP comes in at fifth with 73 mentions, and that's up 20%. Now, you may have noticed that AMC was not in the top 10 over at Reddit, but over at StockTwits, you can see the top 10 symbols with the most messages. Mullen comes in third, DWAC comes in fourth, AMC comes in ninth, and XRP came in at 10th. But don't worry, over at Quiver Quantitative, we proved that the apes are not leaving. According to Twitter, 552,000 AMC followers, and that's up 0.003%. And what's going on at the box office? You know, where theaters are dead. A headline from Deadline: Transformers: Rise of the Beast pounces on $171 million global bow. Across the Spider-Verse nears $400 million worldwide at the international box office. And a comment from The Hollywood Reporter on the domestic box office: Transformers: Rise of the Beasts beat Spider-Man with $60.5 million box office opening. And from Discussing Film on Twitter, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has passed $800 million worldwide. And from Collider, a headline: The Little Mermaid sails past new milestone at the global box office. Now, apparently The Little Mermaid is struggling overseas, and people are blaming racism. My idea: if you're going to release a Little Mermaid film in China, make The Little Mermaid Chinese. I wanted to throw in one more headline on Spider-Man. Across the Spider-Verse leaps to an insane worldwide box office. And from Collider, Fast X international box office passes $500 million. Theaters are dead. So how did we finish up on Friday? AMC closed at $477, up 1.92%. The Ape finished at $1.58, down 1.25%, bringing the consolidated price of AMC and Ape to $635, up 1.11% on 22.2 million shares traded. Now, based on that last price of $477, be expecting support for AMC to the downside at levels 467, 458, and 450. To the upside, be expecting resistance at points 484, 4.92, and 501. And let's go to Chartmill to do a quick look at AMC's historical pricing. Over the past week, we're up 4.84%. Over the past month, down 10.67%. And over the past 6 months, down 19.7%. Now, the Ape lost 0.63% for the week, is up 1.28% for the month, and is up 105.12% over the past 6 months. Hycroft Mining has lost 4.87% over the past week, 14.97% over the past month, and is down 38.57% over the past 6 months. Now, I haven't received my Diane and Adam silver round yet, but according to Andrew on Twitter, they started shipping on June 5th. So about 500 to 700 a day will go out over the next 10 or 11 days. He concludes if you placed an early order, look for a tracking number soon. And awful news for Mullen. Over the past week, it's down 42.16%. Over the past month, since the reverse split, down 69.14%. Over the past 6 months, down 91.27%. Hopefully, Mullen can put in a serious bottom soon. Now, I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security or cryptocurrency. However, I am a Mullen shareholder, and there might be some good news on the near horizon. Tomorrow, June 12th, according to Investor Place, we may be getting some badly needed funds, $45 million from an existing securities purchase agreement. Let's see if that comes to fruition. And it's official. There are only 18 stocks on the NASDAQ Reg SH Hold threshold list, and as of Friday, Mullen is still on it. Uncle Frank, do you have any good news? I do. DMRC, or Digimarc, it did lose 1.15% on the week, but over the past month is up 14.28%. Over the past 6 months, up 38.41%, and over the past year, now stands up 83.03%. And let's not forget XRP from CoinMarketCap. The global crypto market cap right now is 1.06 trillion at the time of this recording, a 1.03% increase over the past day. Now, over the past 24 hours, XRP is up 4.13%, more than any other coin in the top 10. Also, year-to-date, XRP is up 53.93%, behind only Solana, up 57.53% year-to-date, and Bitcoin, up 56.21%. Well, guys, Uncle Frank has been waiting just over 900 days for a resolution to the SEC case against Ripple XRP. But I am liking these headlines. Ripple versus SEC lawsuit finally nears end. Will it propel XRP to a massive bull run? Less than 100 XRP needed to become a millionaire? That's a question. New research suggests. XRP fair market value stands between $3,500 to $22,000. Report. Ripple case, more crucial than ever amid Coinbase, Binance, SEC crackdown, according to lawyers. If Ripple wins this, SEC is screwed versus Coinbase and Binance. And the last is the most important one to me. Ripple's XRP not named a security in the SEC's case against Coinbase. Stay tuned. Now, to serve as a frame of reference, as of Friday, the cost to borrow on AMC was 64.3% with only 9,000 shares available. Now, this data could change before Monday morning session. However, Max Payne on AMC stands at $6 at the time of this recording. Put call ratio 1.50. I see 13,609 calls in the money expiring June 9, and at the $5 strike, there's 32,322 calls in the money. Peter Lynch, one of Wall Street's greatest money managers, once said, "Insiders might sell their shares for any number of reasons, but they buy them for only one. They think the price will rise." If you haven't ever been to secform4.com, I would encourage you to go. There, you yes voters will learn that out of all of the AMC executives, out of all of the AMC board members, over the past 5 years, they have never purchased one single share of AMC. In fact, they've sold $1,057,859,000 worth of AMC. The only insider buy has been Antara, and you know what price they got. And what is our friend Himanshu Gulati over at Antara Capital doing with his AMC Ape shares? Well, he's selling like a $20 hooker. June 7th, 500,000 shares. June 7th, 500,000 shares. June 8th, 1,000,000 shares. June 8th, 1,000,000 shares. But don't worry, Himanshu took the time to buy some puts against AMC with a strike of 3. Aren't you glad Adam Aron let this parasite into our company? We sure got so much out of it. I just wish Adam Aron would treat us as well as he treats Antara Capital, because they made a fortune. Now, for those of you that missed my previous video, you need to know this from Charter. Corporate bankruptcies have hit a 13-year high in 2023 so far. According to the article, 286 companies filed for bankruptcy in the U.S. during the first 5 months of 2023, according to data released earlier this week by S&P Global Market Intelligence. This is the highest figure for the period through May since 2010. You need to keep an eye on this. And I've told you guys before, and it bears repeating, this article from Market Insider. Stock traders betting against used car dealer Carvana have lost more than $1 billion this year. According to Bloomberg, short positions, which make up around 56% of the Arizona-based company's outstanding shares, have racked up losses amounting to $1.04 billion so far in 2023, according to S3 Partners. Again, guys, the predatory short hedge funds don't always win. Now, guys, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. I don't believe in hopium. I believe in facts. And the fact is, we're kicking ass this Q2, especially this month of June, and we still have some surprises for the predatory short hedge funds left. We've got Elemental coming out. We've got The Flash coming out. We've got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny coming out all before the month ends. Do me a favor and share this on social media. Please get this out on Twitter for me. This is the kind of stuff we need our shareholders to know. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.